Welcome. I'm here to discuss the new management training program that has been developed to address some of the concerns noted from the last employee engagement survey. I know you're busy, so let me jump right into it. Then I can take any questions or clarifications. Waltech has experienced rapid growth over the last 3 years, which we should all be proud of. But the associated growing pains has surfaced some challenges related to the following statements that appeared in the most recent employee engagement survey. To improve the employee experience and the Waltech customer experience we all pride ourselves on, a new management training program will be rolled out in the next quarter. Today, I will walk you through the program outline and competencies, key features, risks and mitigations, execution strategy, assessment plan, outcomes and benefits, and leading indicators. The overall goal is to improve the performance of managers. To get there, we'll need the buy-in of senior management, the Chief Human Resource Officer, all the levels of managers in the organizations, the managers themselves who will be going through the program, and of course the valuable input of every employee. Presented here is the main problem statement we seek to address. Two key challenges include manager performance and employee experience. The impact on the business is employee turnover, client relations, and organizational culture. The employee engagement survey highlighted manager performance as a critical issue. The proposed project aims to address these challenges by developing a comprehensive management training program. This program will focus on improving managerial skills, enhancing communication, and fostering a positive organizational culture. By addressing these issues, Wall Technologies can improve employee retention, enhance client satisfaction, and create a more cohesive and effective management team, ultimately driving better business outcomes. Let me walk you through the high-level outline of the management training program that occurs over a 3-month period. It begins with a pre-assessment to establish a baseline for their knowledge and skills. Managers will then take an e-learning module for each topic. After each e-learning module, a virtual workshop session will be held by small group cohort, so they will be learning and developing together. The training includes a strong emphasis on managers demonstrating each new skill through virtual workshops within their cohort and with a coach. The combination of practice with their peers, which will also help to build a stronger connection, and professional coaching to help managers further refine their skill is critical to the success of the learning program. In this way, managers are gradually guided from learning the principles through e-learning and then practicing with peers and refining with a coach. Eventually, the manager will graduate to working with his employees. For some managers, retaining the coach during this acclimation period might be beneficial. At the end of the 3-month period, a post-assessment will be given to compare with the pre-assessment and validate knowledge and skills. Each program will cover the associated competencies, including effective communications and feedback, performance management, prioritization and delegation, and career development and support. These align with the critical behaviors of giving constructive feedback, providing recognition, performance management, priority management and delegation, and team engagement and motivation. One of the key features is the fully online design of the training program to support most of the teams who work remote. It leverages the benefits of e-learning asynchronous content delivery with the benefits of cohort-based virtual workshops and the power of one-on-one coaching. The learning program mirrors how most of the managers virtually interact with their teams. Skills are introduced in a non-threatening way via e-learning and embedded scenario questions. They can then be practiced and demonstrated with each manager who are also learning the skills. Coaching is intermixed with virtual workshops to allow one-on-one interactions with an expert. The manager training program is designed to be delivered by the start of the next quarter to align with the Waltech need to address staff concerns about manager performance as quickly as possible to avoid staff leaving. Here are a few risks and challenges we have identified. The cost of the professional coaches may be too high, in which case we train the manager's manager to be the coach. In some ways, this might be an even better solution for monitoring progress and providing feedback. Perhaps managers won't take the training serious. From the beginning, the executive team should explain the bad effects of not addressing the issues raised by employees and remind them periodically of the importance of the manager learning program to the success of Waltech. One reason managers may not take the training serious is if they don't find the scenarios realistic enough. There are built-in opportunities to survey managers and gather more realistic scenarios, which can be incorporated into the program. After the 3-month delivery of the program, if the survey results don't show improvement, we should first analyze the data from the managers on their confidence and commitment to using the new strategies and methods from the training programs. Perhaps there is something other than the content or delivery of the training program that needs to be addressed. Critical behaviors are those specific, observable, and measurable behaviors that indicate progress toward the goal of the training program. They can be thought of as interim achievements or signposts, like climbing a mountain, that lead to results and demonstrate training value. Please allow me to explain a concept called a driver package, which is a combination of support drivers and accountability drivers that together support a manager as they are practicing the new managerial methods and practices they learned during the training program. Critical behaviors are those ways of acting that can be easily witnessed to show the manager is making progress toward their development objectives. Practicing these behaviors creates habits that positively impact the performance of other staff who report to them. One such critical behavior is managers giving constructive feedback, which was referenced as needing improvement by many employees during the engagement survey. Providing recognition was also mentioned as an area for improvement. Several critical behaviors fall under the category of performance management, which are grouped together. These include prioritizing tasks, which can be practiced by managers during team meetings, and resolving conflicts, which would likely happen with the manager and those affected. Providing training and career advice were two behaviors requested by employees, which can be managed individually. A driver package will be used to reinforce, encourage, and reward managers to use these critical behaviors. Specifically recognition, there will be team meetings, unit meetings, and department meetings where awards and accolades that are given to employees are observed by all levels in the organization, building team cohesion, and for those receiving an award, a focus on business goals. Managers are held accountable by being observed during team, unit, and department meetings. The results of the employee engagement survey can also be used to monitor managers' progress toward the critical behaviors. In the end, key performance indicators for the company, like increased customer satisfaction and retention, will demonstrate the value of the managerial training program. For any learning program, you need an assessment plan to measure whether it was successful. The Waltech Leadership Learning Program is designed to deliver training on critical competencies tied to the needs of the company. That is, improve the performance of managers in meaningful ways highlighted from the most recent employee survey. One example is effective communication and feedback. A learning outcome within that competency is that managers will demonstrate how to provide specific, actionable feedback that aims to improve performance. A series of assessment tools will be used during and after each learning intervention. An electronic assessment will be delivered after the completion of the e-learning, oral and written comments during the virtual workshop, and a sign-off based on a rubric from the coach that the manager has achieved at least a minimum level of proficiency for each competency. The desired result for this example learning outcome of providing employee feedback is that it be specific, actionable, and performance-focused. The assessments will be delivered at the end of the learning course, at the end of each workshop session, and with the coach at least 2 weeks before the end of the program. Each stage of the learning will include an opportunity for intervention if needed. A minimum score will be required to pass the e-learning course. Feedback from the workshops or coaching may refer the manager back to the e-learning for more self-paced practice. During the workshop, peers, with the guidance of facilitators, will provide advice and encouragement through their shared experience. If managers are not able to demonstrate providing effective feedback, the coach will work with them. If they are not able to perform to the minimum, they may be assigned to a non-managerial role. The Kirkpatrick model is a tool for evaluating the effectiveness of training programs. It consists of 4 levels: reaction, which evaluates the initial reactions of managers to the training; learning, which evaluates learning through assessments; behavior, which evaluates whether the training changed the behavior of the managers; and results, which evaluates the business impact of the training. Reactions will be gathered after the e-learning, each workshop session, and from the coaching sessions. Level 1 provides feedback to the facilitators and coaches about what the manager thinks is working well and where there are areas for improvement during the learning journey. Level 2 learning is measured by the assessment plan that was just outlined. Level 3 behaviors were discussed as part of the critical behaviors and driver package and will be evaluated by this facilitator, coach, and ultimately by the manager's manager. The next employee survey results will be strong indicators of whether the manager leadership program is effectively meeting its goals. Level 4 results will be based on employee retention, customer turnover, and continued growth. Let me briefly walk you through the timeline. For the next couple of months, our L&D team will be designing and developing the elements of the learning program, including the e-learning, agenda materials for the workshops, the content for the coaches, and the associated assessments and evaluations. The program is planned to be launched 3 months before the end of the next quarter. First, managers will be given 2 weeks to complete the e-learning courses. The first cohort of virtual workshops will then be delivered. Intermixed will be one-on-one coaching sessions. The second workshop, more targeted to areas for improvement, will be delivered around the 2-month time frame. The final coaching sessions will wrap up about 2 weeks before the end of the training program. This will allow some time to assess manager skill levels and behavior improvements before being fully comfortable back on the job. It is expected that managers will continue with their role during the 3 months and exhibit improvement observable by their managers. Here are a few of the main expected outcomes from the program. An improvement in how managers communicate with employees, including providing recognition. One point raised by several employees was managers' inexperience at giving and receiving feedback, which the program hopes to improve. For the managers, they should feel more confident and better able to provide career advice to their employees and manage employee performance with their new improved communication skills. We expect these 2 outcomes will help to improve customer service, which will keep existing customers. 2 benefits include that empowered employees and managers are more inclined to provide better customer service, which is a core part of the business. Improved client retention saves valuable resources to pursue new clients. How will we know the management learning program is successful? Here are a few leading indicators. 2 that drive efficiency are an improved employee experience with their managers, which can be validated from the employee engagement survey results, and improved managers' ability and confidence in managing employees, which can be checked with the next feedback session with manager focus groups to compare before and after the training program. These are both internal indicators. An external indicator is client retention, which we can monitor over time with customer retention rates. One of the main levers for improving workplace culture, according to SHRM, is improving manager communication, which drives efficiency. The high cost of employee recruitment can be mitigated if current employees are retained. An added benefit is keeping existing customers, as this is essential to company success and gaining new customers is expensive. Waltech is expanding rapidly. Since the company's business relies heavily on customer support, improving client satisfaction should lead to keeping existing customers while focusing on increasing company growth. Waltech is introducing a management training program to address concerns from an employee engagement survey, particularly around manager performance, remote workforce challenges, and leadership experience. The program aims to enhance managerial skills, improve communication, foster a positive organizational culture, and ultimately drive better employee retention, customer satisfaction, and business outcomes. We ask for your support for this important initiative.